some exclusive news for you, Ariel. Hasim Rahman Jr. actually right now is trying to renegotiate his contract. So he signed a contract last week for 10 times more than he's ever been paid for any one of his fights. And now, boom, fast forward 1 week, he's trying to renegotiate. He's trying to suck more money out of the fight. He's trying to do anything he can to claw and make the money because I think he realizes, the consequences of what might happen. I think he's actually scared to fight me. A lot of these guys are excited by the money at first, and then when it actually comes time to start training and getting into camp and doing all of these things, they all chicken out. So who knows if this fight's even going to happen at this point? Because we're not going to pay him more money. He's not worth it. He has a name, but he doesn't have a massive name. So it's unfortunate, man.
Wow. So according to Jake Paul, he's saying that Hasim Rahman might not even show up at the press conference, or he might just fall out of the fight or they might just dissolve the contract because he's asking for more money. But now, according to Hasim Rahman Jr., that is not the case. According to him, everything is still on schedule and it ain't about money. But it seems like he might be more interested on them making an actual bet. I guess something like what him and Tyrone Woodley did. Matter of fact, let me read the statement. This is what Rodman tweeted. He said, "This ain't about money, fake Paul. My promoter and the Harnick family willing to bet $500,000 on me to beat you. So let's not mislead the public. Money can be in escrow of your choice. So it's on you with your good fighting self," at Jake Paul. So like I said, it appears that they're talking about, or he's talking about, putting some money up for a bet. For a bet. $500,000 from him, $500,000 from Jake. So essentially $1 million bet. Now it'll be interesting to see if Jake Paul is willing to do that. We do know he bet $1 million with Eddie Hearn on the Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor fight, which he actually lost. We also know he bet Tyrone Woodley a tattoo, which Tyrone Woodley eventually actually did do. I think it was "I love Jake Paul" on his leg or something like that, which he had to do it because he wanted to get that second fight. So that was one of the things that because he tried to welch on the bet, but because he wanted that second fight, he actually had to give in and get it done. So it's going to be interesting to see if Jake Paul would actually make the bet, or it'll be interesting to see if Jake Paul was aligned and Hasim Rahman Jr. actually does pull out the fight. But I don't think that's going to happen because his value goes up if he beats Jake Paul. It's not just about money. His celebrity, his star power, his visibility, all the above goes up if he beat Jake Paul, and he knows that. So it's not all about the money. It's about future earnings as well. He believes if he beat Jake Paul, that'll make him a star. So we'll have to see how it play out. And that's pretty much all I got this here, Bustin' Bosses on Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know, how do you think this is going to play out? Will Jake Paul make the bet with Hasim Rahman? Will Hasim Rahman show up for the fight? Will he pull out because of the lack of funds, as Jake Paul tried to put it, him not making enough money? Which, by the way, Jake Paul, I think, is paying him $500,000 for the fight. So he said that's 10 times more than anything he made. So I'm assuming he's basically saying the most he's ever made on a fight was roughly about $50,000. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got this here. Bustin' Bosses on Fight Doctor. I am out.